king of Israel, to know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive instruction of wisdom, justice, judgment, and equity. To give prudence to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion. A wise man will hear and increase in learning, and another understanding will attain wise counsel. To understand a father and ignore the words of the wise man and their wisdom. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. My son, hear the instructions of your father, and do not forsake the law of your mother, for they will be graceful ornaments on your head and a chain about your neck. That's it. Verse 10, my son, if sinners entice you, do not send. If they say, come with us, let us lie in wait to shed blood, let us guard secretly for the innocent without cause. Let us swallow them alive like dog, and the whole lot those who go down to the pit. We shall find all kinds of precious possessions. We shall fill our houses with spoil. Cast lot among us. Let us all have one verse. My son, do not walk in the way with them. Keep your foot from their path. For their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed blood. Surely in vain the net is spread in sight of the bird, but they lie in wait for their own blood. They lurk secretly for their own lives. So are the ways of everyone who is greedy for things. It takes away the life of the honest. Wisdom calls aloud outside. She raises her voice in the open square. So there is encouragement to every father, if you are not wise. Wisdom is calling outside. Who wants to enter to you, making you a wise person. Sino ang wise person? Doesn't have to have achievements so great like the famous people, but if you have Christ in your heart, you become a wise person. And so to start with, by a wise father, what do we mean? Wise. Lessons from a wise father. What is the meaning here? It's not because you have a diploma or have many degrees. May nagkala ko mga papa na dami siya degree. After AA, different degrees. It is not what we mean here. That father teach their sons, that they take care of them to be a new generation of godly leaders. If your children become their own leaders, doing the work of the Lord, you are a wise father. What are this diploma for? If you upon your children will not serve the Lord. You need to have a godly generation that will take your place. Next. And so here we want to give a clear idea that the primary duty of the father is not what the little boy said. That the primary duty of my father is not to bring the trash outside, to carry our friends. No, not even to bring fish or bacon, meat. To support. That is fine, but that's not all. Not even to fix the broken chairs or the broken windows or faucet or lights. But a wise father that is taught by a child here is a person, is a man who teach holy living to his children. Are you being taught by your father to live a holy life? And of course, these children is included the daughters in the but here in the Bible, we are giving importance to sons. But the daughters, of course, are included in there. And so, the duty and responsibility of the father is not only to support by providing food on the table, to fix things that are broken in the home, to clean the house, but is the training, the teaching of the children to live a godly life. Okay? What if the children had of course, had finished their education, but later on, they don't have a holy life? It's useless. The wise father is giving importance to training, teaching children to live a godly life, meaning they have God in their heart, the fear of the Lord in their heart. So here we are studying curriculum 10, but I decided only 5. So lesson number 1. Lesson number 1. Number 1, a wise father will teach his son to fear God. Father, do you do that? Turuan ng mga kabataan matakot sa Diyos. Hindi takot na matakbo ka. But this is what called reverential fear. Fearing the Lord so that they will worship Him and they will learn about God, His attributes and His knowledge about Him. And so, in verse 7, Solomon said, fear the Lord, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. In training children to achieve and to become successful, the start is fear of the Lord. If the father fails to teach children to fear the Lord, it has failed in his duty. Kahit na ano pa na achievement sa mga children, nag-doctor, nag-lawyer, naging famous, daghan sa mga invention. But if he doesn't fear the Lord, because he has not been taught by the Father has failed his rule. As Solomon said, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. In other words, when the Father succeeded in teaching children the fear of the Lord, the child's mind is open to understanding. Magaan na iswak ang knowledge. But if there is no fear of the Lord, it will be hard for a child, even though he will be the Pharisees who is knowledgeable of the things, but he cannot understand what he is learning. He has lots of provision that he cannot understand to do the best thing that will glorify the Lord. Marami sa mga pitulong. Sa dulo sa pangalan, may AAD, ang mga PhD. But his life is not pleasing to the Lord. So that's number 1. The father who is wise will teach children